That's the gaze of a man who's lost his soul to a sewing machine. They spent the afternoon negotiating shelf space. For every 3 books of Jennifer's, Adam got one Hula Girl themed item. It was a slow, painful process of architectural compromise. "I'm the man, Jen," Adam said, placing a small tiki statue next to her designer vase. "I kill bears. You kill moths, Adam. And only if I'm there to hand you the shoe." Chapter 29, The Slow Swimmer Support Group. Jeff was sitting at the diner, drinking his second glass of forest floor powder. He looked like he had just swallowed a live toad. "You know," he told Adam, "it's a gyp. No hot tubs. No tight underwear. I feel like a regular softball team going to a bar instead of a spa. What's the point of having junk if you can't treat it to a nice soak? It's for the cause, man," Adam said. "The future, the house in the suburbs, the 2 kids. I just want a son who likes the Knicks." Jeff sighed. "Is that too much to ask? A kid who doesn't call me Gigantor or Jersey Meat Man. You'd be a great dad, Jeff," Russell said, sliding in. "I'd even let you coach my kids, as long as you don't dress them in irregular warehouse sweatshirts." "Hey, those sweatshirts are 70% of a real sweatshirt," Adam defended. "Just like you're 70% of a man." Russell smirked. The table erupted in the kind of insults that only true friends and people who had been in the trenches of engagement for too long could provide. Chapter 30, The Foundation of the Present. As the week came to a close, the 2 couples found themselves on the roof of the apartment building, looking out over the flickering lights of New York. "We canceled the trip to the suburbs," Jennifer announced. "We're going to stay here. For now." "Good choice," Audrey said. "The city is where the action is, and where the best fertility doctors are." Jeff wrapped his memory quilt around Audrey's shoulders. "And where 9th Avenue gets repaved just enough to keep things interesting." Adam looked at Jennifer, then at his friends. He realized that they were all architects in their own way. They were building something that wasn't on any blueprint of life made of waffles, syringes, irregular clothes, and the occasional standing ovation. To the architecture, Adam said, raising a beer. To the architecture, they all echoed. As the sun set, Russell looked at a woman across the roof who was talking about her cat. He smiled. That's what she said. End of Part 5. The Architecture of U.S., a novel based on the Chronicles of Engagement. Chapter 1, The Geometry of a Waffle. The morning light in Manhattan has a way of filtering through the grime of high-rise windows, turning the mundane into something almost cinematic. For Jeff Bingham, however, the only thing cinematic about this Tuesday morning was the slow-motion descent of maple syrup. He sat at the small breakfast table in the apartment he had shared with Audrey for 12 years. 12 years. That was for 1,380 days of watching the same habits, hearing the same sighs, and, apparently, witnessing the same breakfast ritual that was currently making his eye twitch. "What are you doing?" Jeff asked, his voice a low rumble of disbelief. Audrey didn't look up. She was focused, her precision rivaling that of a diamond cutter. "I like to fill up each little waffle hole with syrup," she murmured. She held the plastic bottle at a precise 45-degree angle, ensuring each hexagonal pocket reached its maximum surface tension without overflowing. Jeff leaned back, his chair creaking a sound that reminded him the furniture was aging as fast as his patience. "Really, this is going to be happening for the rest of our lives. I'm going to spend my golden years watching you play Tetris with condiments?" Audrey finally looked at him, a playful yet sharp glint in her eyes. "Well, how do you do it? A wise one of the wheat products." Jeff grabbed his fork, his movements broad and efficient. "I pour. I eat. I move on with my life." He gestured toward her plate. "Ha! You missed 3 holes. Right there on the western quadrant." Audrey looked down, genuinely distressed for a fleeting second, before she realized he was baiting her. This was their dance, the subtle friction of two people who knew each other's rhythms so well they could predict a fight before the first word was spoken. The door buzzer cut through the domestic tension. "Coffee's here," Jeff grunted, rising to greet the world outside their bubble. In stepped Adam Rhodes and Jennifer Morgan, the newbies. They were engaged, a state of being Jeff often viewed with the same pity one might offer a person about to embark on a long hike through a swamp without boots. "To coffees to go, please," Adam said, his face glowing with that peculiar, annoying radiance common to people who still believe love is the answer to everything. "Hey, I'm heading downtown to a sports apparel warehouse. A buddy of mine works there. Freebies. Guys, any requests?" Jeff perked up. Free was the only price he truly respected. "Yeah, new hood and sweatshirt. XL. Make sure it's heavy. Might be slightly irregular," Adam warned, checking his watch. "Slightly," Jennifer added with a smirk. "The last t-shirt you got from that guy gave you a rash." "Adam, we don't know it was the t-shirt," Adam protested, looking at Jeff for male solidarity. "I was in several hot tubs that week. It was a chaotic time for my skin." Jeff watched them leave, a young couple full of plans and warehouse connections. He turned back to Audrey. She was still filling the holes. He sighed. The rash, the hot tubs, the syrup pit was all part of the architecture. Chapter 2. The Playground of Broken Egos. Russell Dunbar sat in his usual booth at the diner, looking like a man who had been dressed by a committee of European tailors. His suit was sharp enough to cut glass, and his ego was, as always, inflated to the point of structural instability. "Do you think I'm pale?" Russell asked, peering into the reflective surface of a butter knife. Jeff, sitting across from him, didn't even look up from his menu. "Yes, you're almost clear. I can see your thoughts, and they're mostly about yourself." "I'm serious," Russell insisted. "There's a new teacher at the school near my newsstand. I buy the Times there every morning." "You read the Post," Adam corrected, sliding into the booth. "The point is, Russell snapped. We made eye contact. She smiled.